Today, Wednesday, the 13th of November 2024, we have some hand-picked event match predictions to share with you, which will be backed up by some stats and analytics to help you make your picks in this list to boost your winning by a greater percent. And to those of you who want to have access to our upcoming match predictions for the weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, with huge odds and long list, then of course you want to make sure that you subscribe to the Level 2 Pro membership package plan to have access to all of these features to take your winning to the next level. To those of you who want to join to have this access, then you want to make sure that you click the link below this video description to become a member of the Level 2 Pro plan to have access to these features to take your winning to the next height. So without wasting time, I'm going to begin with the first match pick of today's list. Looking at the first event, we're looking at Europe in the Champions League women, a match between Galatasaray women against Wolfsburg women. Looking at the recent performance of the home Galatasaray women, you're going to see that they are very conceding based on recent events they have had. But Wolfsburg, on the other hand, proved to be very, very offensive. And of course, looking here at the stance performance of these two, especially the comparison, you're going to see that based on the overall stand here, Wolfsburg and Gala sit almost on equal stand, third and fourth position. But looking at the number of goals conceded both for Wolfsburg and Galatasaray, Gala proved to be very, very conceding based on recent events they have had. And looking at everything in place, we are looking at two major picks for this event in full time. Looking at this particular event, the comparison of games being played recently by Wolfsburg women, especially in the Germany Bundesliga women, they are very, very offensive based on recent events they have had, scoring between 3 to 4 and even 5 goals per each event. But that of the home have proved that they are very conceding, and the performance recently in its league is not very great. Also, looking at the performance of the recent play they have just had, especially for this tournament, you're going to see that Gala is very conceding and the defensive power is very weak. Wolfsburg is therefore going to take advantage of that very weak defense. For the fact that the away team is very offensive, of course, it's going to try every possibility to take advantage of the weak defense of the home. Therefore, we are looking at Wolfsburg to lead this game in full time as one of the major picks. And we also want to look at the possibility of Wolfsburg to have over 3 corner kicks for this particular event in full time. Since the comparison based on recent games they have had on corner kick have proved that Wolfsburg is very high in corner offense. Therefore, we are looking at two major picks here. One, Wolfsburg to lead. Secondly, Wolfsburg to have over 3 corner kicks in full time are our two major picks for this particular event in full time. Looking at the next, we still look at Europe in the Champions League women, this time Real Madrid women against 20. Performance of Real Madrid, especially in the La Liga, that is Liga F women in the Spain, the performance of Real is good and very offensive. They've had games recently with strong teams like Celtic where they had a lead 4-0, and looking at that of its opponent on the other hand, which played in the Eredivisie women, you're going to see that they do concede as much as they can, even though the offense is also good. Comparing the strength of these two based on recent events they have had for this particular tournament, you're going to see here that both of the two sides prove to score. For Real Madrid, they are more offensive. They have had 2 events, 6 goals scored and 3 conceded. The opponent, on the other hand, you can see that they sit on the 3rd position. Having played 2 events, they have had 3 goals scored and 3 conceded. And looking at this, everything in place, we want to look at 2 major picks for this particular event in full time. Looking at this particular event, of course, Real, which is the home, have proved to be very offensive, having an average goal score rate of above 2, and the defense of that of its opponent is not that very tight. And since both of the two sides are good in terms of goal scoring, even though Real being more offensive than away, we are looking at both sides to try to impress. And looking at the fact that the impression rate being so high here, we are looking at goals possibility to come in. That is 1.5 goal in full time as one of the major picks. And we also want to give Real the upper hand here since its offense is better. And looking at the recent performance they have had, especially in the La Liga women, of course, they have proved to be very good. So look at Real to lead, as well as the possibility of at least 1.5 goal to occur in this match in full time. Looking at the next, we are looking at Belgium in the Super League women, a match between Anderlecht women against Waregem women. Anderlecht, which is the home, have proved to be very good based on recent events they have just had, especially against gent women, and you can see here against gent women as well. The opponent, on the other hand, also had events against gent women, and you can see against Club Brugge where the defense was not that great. Looking at the comparison of these two based on recent events they have had on recent 5 games, the form comparison will prove that Anderlecht, which is the home, is better. Having played 5 events recently, they have scored 10 goals, conceding 5. But Waragem, on the other hand, concede more. And looking at everything in place here, we want to look at 2 major picks in full time. For this particular event, Anderlecht proved to be more offensive. And since the defense of the away is not that very tight, we want to look at Anderlecht to take advantage of the weak defense of the away, to try to lead in full time, as well as the possibility of at least 1.5 goal to occur in this match in full time. Looking at the next, we looked at Switzerland in the Super League Women, a match between Rapperswil Jona against Basel Women. Looking at this, the home proved to be very, very conceding, and comparing to that of its opponent, on the other hand, the offense is very, very strong. And looking at the recent game played performance based on the stance comparison, based on the form, you're going to see that Basel, which is the away, is very offensive. That is sitting on the second position, having played 5 events, they have scored up to 12 goals, conceding 7, and have 3 wins. But that of the home proved to be very conceding, and the offense is very weak. You can see here just 2 goals scored for 5 events played, and the defense is very weak. And looking at everything in place here, we want to look at 2 major picks here in full time. For this particular event, of course, the away team Basel is very offensive, and the recent performance shows that they are very, very good. And the fact that the home is not very great, we want to look at the way to take advantage of a strong defense to see how it can lead this game in full time, as well as the away, which is Basel women, to score at least 1 goal over in this event in full time. We also want to look at the possibility of 1.5 goal to occur in this match in full time. That is 3 major picks. Basel to lead, second, 1.5 goal in full time, and third, Basel to score over 1 in full time. These are our 3 major picks for this particular event. Looking at the next here, we look at Wales League Cup, a match between the New Sen against Bala. For this event, the New Sen have proved to be good based on recent events they have had, scoring between 2 to 4 goals per each event in the Premier League itself. This time, Bala, on the other hand, is not that very great, even though they do score as well. Comparing the two in terms of the stance of home and away, since it's the League Cup, the performance of the New Sens at home is very offensive. 2, 16, and 5 goals scored per each event. But that of Bala, on the other hand, the offense is not as great. You can see the rating as compared to that of the New Sent. And looking at everything in place, we want to look at 2 major picks here in full time. For this event, we are looking at TNS, the New Sent, to lead this game in full time. The offensive power of TNS at home is very high. And looking at that, of course, it is still going to like to take advantage of the home to see how it can lead this match in full time. And also the possibility of at least 1.5 goal in this event in full time is our next major pick for this particular event. Therefore, TNS to lead as one of the pick here. Secondly, 1.5 goal in full time. Looking at the next, we are looking at Europe in the Champions League women, this time Roma women against Lyon women. Looking at it too, the performance of both sides is very strong. Roma proved to be very offensive, scoring between 1 to 6 and 5 goals per each game. Lyon, on the other hand, as well, is very offensive based on recent events they have had. And comparing these two in terms of recent events they have had, these two teams, of course, prove that they are good. The defense is very strong. The offense is also very strong. And looking at everything in place here, we are looking at 2 major picks. For Roma, 2 games played, 7 goals scored, 1 concede. Lyon, 2 games played, 2 wins, 5 goals scored, and 0 goal concede. While for Roma, 7 goals scored, 1 concede. Both of the side defensive and offensive. And everything in place, 2 major picks we'll look at in this event in full time. For this event, both of the two sides are very tough. And the defense is very strong. And looking at everything critically, we have checked the shoot on and off target on both sides. And since they are very offensive and defensive, there will be more shoot on and off target, resulting to blocks, which will cause corner kicks in full time. We therefore want to look at least 6.5 corner kicks in full time, 7.5 corner kicks in full time, as well as the possibility of at least 8.5 corners to occur for this particular event in full time. These are our 3 major picks: 6.5 corner kick, 7.5 and 8.5 corners for this event in full time. Looking at the next, we'll look at Europe in the Champions League women. This time, Celtic women against Chelsea women. Looking at the recent game played based on comparison, Celtic have proved to be very offensive based on recent events they've had, scoring between 4-5 goals per each event. Chelsea, on the other hand, is a good offensive team, scoring 3 to 5 goals per each event as well. Comparing the stance of these two, looking at recent gameplay performance, you're going to see that Chelsea sitting on the first here. Having played 2 games, they proved to be very offensive, scoring 6 goals and conceding 3. But that of Celtic proved that they are very, very good in conceding. And looking at everything in place, we want to look at 2 major picks here in full time. For this event, Chelsea have proved to be more offensive. We want to look at Chelsea to try to lead by taking advantage of the weak defense of Celtic. And since Celtic is coming home, there will be more shots on and off target caused by Celtic. And since Chelsea is a high defensive team, they will cause more blocks resulting to corners. So we want to look at Celtic to score over 2 to 3 corners in full time, as well as the possibility of at least 1.5 goal in full time to occur in this match, as well as Chelsea to lead. Therefore, 3 major events. 1, Chelsea to lead. Second, 1.5 goal in full time. Third, the home team Celtic to have over 2 to 3 corner kicks in full time. And to those of you who want to access all our game match prediction picks for this upcoming weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, then of course you want to make sure that you subscribe to the Level 2 Pro membership package plan to take advantage of the huge odds and list of games we are going to submit to you to take your winning to the next level. Then you want to make sure to check the link below this video to become a member of the Level 2 Pro plan to have access to all of these features to take your winning to the next level. The link is below this video description. Good luck and see you again in the next upload, and bye bye for now.